Welcome back to another action figure review. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at another offering from Toy Lines. This is part of their Acid Rain series, the last line of defense, Jessie, the Civet Company G2 agent. This figure is identified as FAV-A27, figure in a vehicle. So that's kind of how I identify them if you're looking for them on online retailers. So let's take a look and see what we got here. We have the entire packaging comes wrapped in the plastic wrap. I'll go ahead and remove that and we'll take a look at the packaging. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what the artwork on the packaging looks like. So top, we have the Acid Rain, last line of defense, Jessie, Civet Commander G2 agent. We have her logo. That is a beautiful artwork of that figure. I love how this character looks. I like the design. I'm gonna be straight honest with you. I'm not a big fan of the helmet. But overall, the design of the figure, I love the red hair, the short hair, the overall design. Here on the bottom, we have the FAV-A27, and we have Toy Lines logo here. Very nicely done. These are made in China. Here is the UPC. And a description again of what this figure is. We have the logo for her. We have the Acid Rain logo, the War Under Pollution there. This side we have Toy Lines logo. We have Jessie, Civet Commander G2 agent, her company logo again. Nothing to see on the bottom. The back shows you the figure, her logo. 118 scale military infantry unit, fully weathered, detailed, highly completed action collectibles, interchangeable weapons and accessories, one action figure included. We have the Acid Rain website. We have the Toy Lines, and we have a warning down here. This is not a toy recommended for ages 16 and up. This toy is more or less marketed towards adult collectors, and there are choking hazards for children under the age of 3, so be aware of that. So basically, this packaging is just a slip cover for the crate that's inside. So this one's actually different than we're used to seeing. It's a red one instead of the gray that we're used to getting. But it is exactly the same crate, just done in a red color, which is really cool. Give you some diversity in your colored crates for your dioramas. Like I've always said, in my opinion, hoping one day they keep these going and then upgrade them a little bit with a hinged clasp here and maybe a hinge here, so this doesn't wear out and turn white. But we'll keep mentioning it, and hopefully one day they'll pick up on it and change it. See what she looks like. So inside we have a figure in a baggie. We have her helmet in the baggie. And it looks like we have a weapons baggie. And I always like to check behind here, because you never know what you might find. Nothing behind there. So you do get that nice styrofoam inside that you could leave in there, transport your goods, your weapons, your whatever you want to stick in there. You have the option of taking the foam out or leaving it in. Looks really good. I do like these. Alright, let's start off by taking a look at the figure. The figure is in a baggie. It looks like it's just placed inside, no tape or anything. So let's take a look and see what we got here. Take a look at the head sculpt, see how that face looks. It's not bad. The eyes are painted pretty good. She does have black eyebrows. Nose looks basic. No expression on her mouth. Does have a little pink lipstick there. So she does have really cool red hair. She has a couple of bands here, one on the side, one in the front, to band her hair together. I do like the sculpt work on the head sculpt on her hair. It's really good. Doesn't look too bad at all. Do like the half jacket, and I guess she's just sporting a sports bra. I'm not too much of a fan of the dirty wash on the skin. I understand that this is a figure that's in a polluted environment and it makes sense to have that. But for me, I think that I will see if I can wipe that off some. Not on all characters, but maybe this one. And give it a little more of a different aesthetic. But we'll see what happens. So her sleeves on her jacket are rolled up above her elbows. She does have a yellow band on the side. A yellow band on here. Or a patch maybe. Yeah, that's one thing I was trying to check out too. It kind of takes away from the aesthetic when they make the two pieces, and I understand the effort because of the articulation, but when you have that gap each there, it really takes away from the aesthetic for having a jacket on. Or I'm not sure if these are even removable, which I don't think they are. So if you ever want to take this piece off, I think you still have these maybe. I'm not sure. But I bet you probably do. I'm not totally sure, but I don't know if those come off. They might. But if you keep the arms in a certain position, you can't really see the skin between the joints there. Kind of, the joints here in her elbows are kind of, makes the figure looks kind of odd. Kind of like her elbow is in front of her arm. Yeah, at the back of her arm. She does have a belt. Done in black. It looks like she has some places for some of her gear. A little bit of paint there. A peg hole on the back of her jacket. So we have a gun holster. Wow, does she have 3 guns? She has 2 on her legs. She has green shorts on. Overall, I like the character design. Not too bad. Not sure. She has no knee pads. No other gear on her legs except for some low top sneakers. They're white with some blue. Just kind of odd for a military type design. So let's take a overall 360 and we'll get to the articulation of the figure. Those gun holsters are like a brown. So that wash, that dirty wash sort of gets into his joints, and in this case, in my opinion, kind of really brings out parts of the figure you don't want to like bring out, like those joints. You probably should stay away from the wash on those joints. Just kind of look weird from behind. Let's take a look at her head sculpt. So she does not look up because of the jacket. She does look down. We have a little side to side from her head. But if you utilize the neck, you can push it over just a little bit more. So her neck is on its own articulation. It rotates 360. No sweat. Arms are here on a ball joint. They rotate 360. And they kind of like pivot in and out. Let's see. Then we have a rotation here in her upper arm. And I believe we have rotation. We have some rotation here at the elbow. Rotation at the wrist. We have the down up on this hand. Bendable elbow. incredible amount of articulation in the elbow because of that joint. So it's going to be a give or take for some aesthetics versus articulation. Well, it's really tight. In this hand we have the in and out like this. In this one we have the up and down. Not too bad. And we have some up crunch here. She can go back. We have a side to side. And then a rotation of 360 if you want that desired look. Now, here comes the overall dislike of this figure. Like the belt. This waist is not designed very well. Let's take this piece off and I'll be right back. So to best get over on the articulation, I've pretty much disassembled the figure into 3 pieces so we can take a really nice close look at it. So this right here, great. I love it. That's about it, to be honest with you. Well, we have our stomach piece. So, I guess, you know what, I shouldn't say that. I guess I could say that looks pretty good right there. And that's it. So top half of her is really decent. So I took off the belt, obviously. And here is the part of the figure that's just bad. This crotch section. So you have almost like a Y piece here. Like this, it's not even a T frame. It is more of a Y piece. And for some reason, they decided to make this peg too long. And look how it makes that leg stick out. And then this is a separate piece. This should just be all one piece. Yeah, look how long these pegs are. That is what really plagues this this figure. But on her knees, she has ratcheting double jointed knees, which is super tight. I'm going to take that to hair dryer. Give me 1 second. So if it needs to get really nice bend ratio for your double joint knees, really nice. And on the bottom feet here, we do have a pivot down, pivot up, and it does rotate here, the ankle. You get a little side to side, not too much. So here she is all back together. As you can see, they attempted to use the belt on the figure to hide the gappage. Now, did they do this on purpose? I don't believe they did it on purpose. What happened, I believe, is... what is the name of that? There's a figure called a Capabella. It is that red figure with the red bike. And I think they attempted to make it a better fitting figure on a bike. And since they did that, they've reused this piece from those figures too. As a, because we all know they reuse pieces to create new figures to save money. Which kind of come out back to backstab a little bit because this came out poorly here at the waist. Got gappages here and there, not even around the stomach and each leg. You can kind of go in there and position it with the belt and the and hide it. There's maybe just 1 or 2 poses you can get with hiding it and make it look semi-decent. But don't fret. Stay tuned. I have some bonus information for you on how we can correct this issue. But we'll get to that after we take a look at the actual accessories. I'm not sure how many of my fellow collectors out there have picked up on what I've discovered, and hopefully it helps you out if you are not a fan of this section. So, and you can see it from the back. You can see that huge gap right there. That doesn't look good at all. That's actually terrible. For the price of these figures, we as collectors gotta make sure that we ask the rain, whoever it is, Joy Toy, hey, you know, we want, you know, better quality, better sculpting figures, better articulation appearance for our hard-earned money. So let's go ahead and take a look at her accessories. We did take a look at this already. This is her belt, but this is what it looks like when it's off. Just so you can see at a different angle, if I can hold on to it. As you can see here, I don't know why my camera's focusing on this. 2 slots here and a gun pistol. Okay, first off, let's take a look at her helmet real quick. She has a unique helmet. You can see her forehead inside her, a little bit of her hair. She has a visor, the same color of her helmet. And we have a little bit of yellow here at the bottom, yellow on the top. Kind of looks like we have some bunny ears on the back. It's an interesting sculpt. This is a replacement head. This does not fit over her existing head. So, I really wish they'd have done something a little different. Kind of runs together here. Maybe we should have painted the visor a little different color. For overall, it's not a bad sculpt. Not a big fan of it, but it's pretty cool. For me, I think I like the Jessie head, so I think I'll use that more often in my displays than this option. But it is an option here for you. Here's a different pose. Looks really good. And if you want, she can do the gangster thing. You can give a lot of poses out of the arms. I love these arms. They look great. Very cool. And as you can see, they fit perfectly inside her gun holsters on her side. No problem. It's really, really cool. And here she has a blade. Nicely sculpted, curved handle, shaded there. It's really good. She can hold it really nice. Looks great in her hands. So you can either have her just dual wield the pistols, or you can have her with a knife and a pistol. With that articulation in her arms and wrists, she gets some really nice poses with that blade. Very cool. So we're just on her belt, around her waist. She does have that third pistol holster there. I think what they're going for is a place to put her knife. Or you probably can put a pistol in there. But it kind of fits okay. Sticks out through the bottom. And she can put a knife. Put a gun there. Does the blade fit here? Yeah, you can probably, it's loose, but you got options. However you see fit. Works good. Okay, the last accessory she has are these 2 grenades. I want to say these are more like tactical grenades. Like a smoke, a stun, or a flash grenade, something like that. They don't look to me to be more an explosive type. They have these little black handles on them, and what that's for is you get a hold of Jessie, and you can take those little tabs and hang them on her belt. If I can do it through the camera. Might have got one of them, maybe. Peg on there. And we'll have to do this behind the camera because it's hard to see. Or maybe not. Yeah, hold on one second. Yeah, and there they are on her belt. Gotta work them down just a little bit more, but for our purposes, you get the idea. So she pretty much can hold all of her weapons. So you have her submachine gun, her 2 pistols, her grenades, and her knife in the orientation that you would like for the appearance that you desire. Oh, so it's not bad. Price. Let's talk about price for this figure. Here in the United States, if anybody's watching outside the United States, if you buy them from an American retailer, you're looking at $45. You might get it cheaper from the Pier Club, but you got to pay for the shipping, which could be, who knows, I don't know. Might just pretty much, if you live in the United States, it could be the same amount of money, however you do it. But I mentioned earlier that there is something that I can show you as a potential fix for this figure. So let me go ahead and get that set up, and I'll be right back in a second. So here I have some product shots of Jessie that Toylands has released, and to make it look highly nicely, they hide those gaps. We're really good at that. She looks good there. She looks good here. Her accessories, her knife, however you see fit. There's her with her helmet. Some of the troops and some information about her. Here she is on the same next to her bike. Obviously, you can't see the gappage. Here she is with her helmet. Some options for you there. But this one here is the one we want to look at. So if you guys look this up, particularly right here. So you have Jessie, the figure you've purchased. Then we have new product parts. And then you have the new Jessie. Now, where do you get those parts? What set are they coming in? Who knows? I cannot find out. The only thing that I can think of in my research is those bottom legs kind of look like Tamara's legs. You know, the press girl. That's, I think, starting to trickle out now. So, let's talk about that. If that is not a new product parts and going to be available in some kind of expansion pack or a pack that has, you know, just extra parts for her. If you purchase a figure, you get the extra half. That would be the best thing to do, just throw them in with another figure. But if you have to buy a Tamara figure, say you want Tamara, so you have to buy two. You have a Tamara figure, then you have a Tamara figure that you basically, are you going to pay $45 for half of a figure to replace the terrible bottom half of this figure? That's the $1 million question. So down in the comments, let me know what you guys think about this. Do you know where or how you get those new product parts? Because I cannot find anywhere besides those look exactly like the Tamara lower half of the figure. And she's about $45 too here in the United States. So, I mean, do you buy one of each and then you can never play with Tamara and Jessie together? Or do you want to spend the extra $45 for half of a figure? I don't know. But I thought that was interesting and I wanted to share it with you guys since you've watched this video all the way through. Okay. So, my final thoughts on this figure is going to be very interesting. I like the top half. So, for the very first time that I've ever done or I've ever heard of, I'm going to recommend half a figure. So, I recommend from the waist here up. I recommend it. I don't recommend it from the bottom half. So you have to search your, your collection, your thoughts, what you want, if you're going to try to replace Jessie with a different set. Now, I like the new parts, we're going to call it here, looks better than the shorts. It gives you more of a military type looking figure. This looks fantastic. I do hope we can get these legs without spending. Well, if you wanted to spend, $45 on another Tomorrow figure just to get the lower half to correct Jessie's bottom half, it may not bother you. Kind of bothers me. I don't like the way it looks, so I don't know what I'm going to do for me. I want to see what happens in the future. Because she is nothing like the Selena figure. Regardless, you could buy a Selena figure and put the bottom half on Jessie, but I don't think it's going to look as good as that Tamar. Those lighter pants look better with her yellow on her jacket and her helmet. Definitely make it look better than if you use these legs or any other female legs. Jenny I also wanted to bring up was I think her name's Shia. The Shia figure has they utilize these legs again. That's the upcoming figure. They should stop production on that and fix the bottom half, or include another half a figure. So be aware, if you buy the other female Shia, I think it's SHEA, you're going to have the same problem with her. It may not bother you, but it does me. So I wanted to bring that up, put that out there for you. Let me know what you guys think. I'm really interested in your opinion and your thoughts on the overall articulation at the lower half of this figure, and the potential of new parts, how to get them, where to get them. If you're willing to drop $45 or whatever you pay for them, where you live at, to get a corrected version of Jessie, or a better version of Jessie. So I'm interested to see what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, share the video, please like the video. Thank you for watching, happy collecting, and we will see you in our next review.